See, I told y'all when we did the preview, I said Justin gonna get me back into watching Impact, and I'm gonna be back watching Impact again. Okay, Emergence. Even the matches I didn't care about turned out to be pretty good. Welcome in to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, I mean always, he means always, she means always, they mean always, you mean always, an instant classic.
Danny Dog! Hi, Jake.
We will see you on the flippity dippity. Oh yeah.
All right, what is going on, good people? Back at it again. Impact Wrestling Emergence review with your guys, the Impact Masters of Ceremony. Okay, I tried. I did. I thought we had something there. We didn't. But for now, we're the Impact Gurus. We'll figure it out later what we want to be. The Couch of Impact. I don't know. Anyway,
the Couch of Impact.
Impact
we'll be what we want to be. We'll be what we want to be.
Impact no more. But anyway, DJ here, Justin over there, right here on the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast, as you heard, that is always, and I mean always, an Instant Classic. That intro may change because apparently everybody else hates it but myself. So, and I think Justin kind of likes it, but the other two, specifically Casey, that tool, he doesn't like it. So it'll probably change.
Hey, listen. Their opinion doesn't matter. Their opinion's wrong. It's definitely wrong. They're not the host of the show. They think they're the host of the show, but they're not.
They think they're the stars, but in actuality, they're nothing. But anyway,
there's jobbers.
Emergence, 2022 happened on what, Saturday? No, it's Friday actually.
Friday, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it's been forever ago. I watched a little bit of the Go Home show. Not much, but I was gonna watch it before I watched the show, and I just didn't. But overall thoughts, I felt like this show was good. Like I said in the intro, I felt like this show had matches on it that I was like, not that I didn't care about them, but I was just like, all right, in my typical skip around fashion, I'm just gonna skip this match and come back to it. But I ended up watching them, and they were pretty good. And I'll get to those here in a minute, as we're doing kind of a little condensed review here. To get you guys some Impact content. I feel like you guys like the Impact content. I don't know why. I don't like Impact was going out of business 15 years ago, 20 years ago, and people still enjoy the content. So,
well, I feel like not much people really cover Impact that much. And it's like, not like I said, like we said before, like not a lot of people get the channel and stuff, and like people go like, "What, Impact's still around? Oh, this is," or like people go like, "Wait, what's Impact Wrestling? Oh, it's TNA." Then they don't want to watch it. But as you look, looking right now, Impact is doing some great stuff. Like top to bottom, like they're one of the most consistent wrestling shows, like throughout the whole week. Like, you got AEW, you got WWE, but no, Impact is like the most consistent. They got really good wrestling, and storytelling is really good there also.
Yeah, and I mean, also somebody put it on Facebook, get on a Facebook group or something. They were like, because people, like to harp on stadiums not being sold out, and Impact actually looks like they actually did sell out the arena. Of course, it's not a big arena, but still, people were like, "Oh, it's a sellout show." But at the same time, and somebody had commented it, and they were like, but it's the most consistent product probably out there at this point. And has been for years. And a lot of people will probably scoff at that and be like, but then they'll scoff at it. But at the same time, when if you actually sit down to watch Impact, because I mean, even I could be wrong, I might be misspeaking, but I think even Adam like enjoyed bits and pieces of the show that he watched, the one that we ordered a couple weeks ago. He wasn't on the review, but he ordered the show with us, and I think he even like found himself like that. It was pretty good. Like it's not like I think Impact kind of has always had this stigma around them for whatever reason, but I mean I think they still do good work. I still tend to enjoy it. What were you saying?
And so, and kind of back to what I was saying, like about the whole arena that they were in. Like I like the way that they kind of had like those riser seats. It felt like there was more people inside the building and stuff when you have like risers and stuff. Like when you have the seats go up, like
Hmm.
so I felt like there was like more people at the show, and this crowd was very hot. I mean, they were in Chicago. Chicago crowds never really disappoint.
Yeah,
Like I never really seen a bad Chicago crowd, but
yeah.
I mean, the aesthetic about the show it was really good.
It's funny. I get a notification about every time we start a live stream, because I'm subscribed to Juggernaut097 on YouTube, and I always think it's a comment for Flock Nation Speaks, my other Ravens podcast, and it never is. It's always just a notification that Justin is live, and ironically enough, I'm with him. So, but anyway, I digress. Um, so let's jump right into it. I didn't watch the pre-show.
No, I didn't watch the pre-show either.
Um,
But I did see that Deanna Perrazzo and Chelsea Green did win the Knockouts tag team titles. I
yeah,
thought that was nice.
I saw that, and then their little. I think their promo after the fact like really makes me feel like I can believe in them. Because
Hmm.
I was talking about, I was like, it's kind of a random team, and didn't feel like that would be the direction they would go in. Um, but I remember saying like, I felt like Deanna Perrazzo is a good champion, so it wouldn't hurt to give them the tag team titles. I think that was a good call about Impact. I think we deserve to see a little more Chelsea Green, but I think at the same time, like we always deserve to see a little more Deanna Perrazzo. Like, I mean, they're both just so good. It seems like they feed off of each other very well too. So I think I think that's going to be a good team. I think they deserve they deserve plenty. But let's jump into it. The X Division Championship match that started the show: Jack Evans versus Mike Bailey. Um, very good opener for me. I like Mike Bailey a lot. I think you're always looking for those wrestlers or at least characters that showcase something a little different. Like, and Mike Bailey just has like a different feel to him. Like, I like when they use like, especially like MMA or jujitsu, or he seems more like mixed martial arts more than anything to me when I watch him. Like, it's cool to like incorporate that stuff in. And it targets different audiences too, like those people who love mixed martial arts or love just martial arts in general. They'll be like, okay, maybe I do want to watch this. So I thought it was good. I'm glad Mike Bailey won, but I think Jack Evans put on a good show, and it made for definitely a good opener. Interested to see what they do with Mike Bailey. I want to see like I want to see like a big feud with him to kind of continue to build him up. What was your thoughts?
Um, yeah, I mean, it was a good match. I mean, I'm not really familiar with Jack Evans that much. I mean, we've seen him in the team H2O and AEW, which seems like ever since he left AEW, it seems like he has more muscle on him, and he seems like he's been in the gym more, which he seems more muscular. Which that doesn't. It's like not always the case. Like with being in the gym more, like that's going to help you be better in the ring. Because like if you have that chemistry with that other wrestler, like it's just not going to be a good match. If you guys don't have very good chemistry. But I thought it was a decent match. I thought there were some like kind of dead spots in the match, like where Jack Evans, he was kind of being like little too cocky in the match. But I thought it was a pretty decent opener. I really like this. Oh, it was like this one move that Jack Evans hit, and I really can't remember the spot, but like it was like a not a code red, but it is something like a modification like to a code red in the
Yeah.
match. So I thought that was good. But in the end, Mike Bailey ended up retaining by the Ultimo Weapon, so I thought it was good. I really thought it was good.
Yeah, and I think too, like this was one of those matches, like, they started off with a championship match, and then they had a couple of non-title matches that, I guess as a fan you could either take it or leave it if you knew what was going on or you didn't. But I mean, I was excited. They had Violent by Design versus Saban and Kushida, which was really good. I mean, a lot of good workers in this match, and I think at the same time, they did a good job of making me feel like, because you've been talking about how it's been building. Violent by Design has been almost like imploding in a way. But then they let them win this match, which I think is interesting because it seems like Eric Young is going to kind of be the glue to keep them together, or probably the thing that breaks them apart at the same time. Like him being cocky, him being like this is because of me type feel. So I think that's going to be real interesting to see how they go about that, because Violent by Design did get the win, and it surprised me too. One of the other non-title matches that surprised me as well, surprises of the show, Bandito and Ray Horus.
That was an amazing match.
Yeah, that was a really good match, and it surprised me because like I was kind of just like, I don't know if I'm going to watch this match or not. Like I'm interested in it, but at the same time, like I don't know if I really want to watch it. But then I ended up watching it, and it was good. They had a couple of spots where it felt like they weren't on the same page per se, but for the most part, it was really good. Like it was cool to see, like um, kind of how high they could get on certain moves. Like it looked like they were jumping off some sort of trampoline or something, how high they got off some of those moves, which was cool.
They were doing the lucha things.
Yeah, the lucha, they did some good lucha things there, which I mean, I thought was good. I mean, that was an excellent match. And then Callahan and there was two more non-title matches in the fray with Callahan and Macklin, which actually started as a brawl that brawled throughout the night and then ended up being a match. Moose got involved. Moose got kicked out. Then we had Macklin and Callahan go at it, which was fun. Like that was the thing. Like this match, I think was it wasn't supposed to be like a no DQ match, but I think it turned into one pretty much because of the brawl and everything. But I mean,
which it made sense to be turned into a no DQ match, because like
yeah,
this feud has like been building up to like a blood feud, like turn it into a no DQ match. Which I
yeah,
mean, we see these matches a lot in Impact and stuff.
yeah, and I think like it was good. Like it was fun. Like and like you said, this is like a blood feud. It's a very personal uh feud, and I think like it was I think it did its job. I had a lot of fun watching that match, and then I don't know more. Another surprise of the night. Like Impact does this a good bit. I think like they have you leaning one way, like yep, that's definitely gonna happen, and then they trick you. I definitely thought Bullet Club was going to win this match just to kind of like disband. I don't know more. They're going to go into the AEW abyss and maybe go back to Ring of Honor or whatever, and kind of be done with Impact. But they continue to fight another day. I thought Eddie was going to turn, kind of go Team Impact and blah blah blah. But it didn't happen. They surprised me, and which is good. Like I mean, I like that Impact does a good job of keeping me on my toes. But Justin, what was your thoughts on kind of the other matches, the non-title matches that we had on the card?
Yeah, so Chris Sabin and Kushida going up against Diener and Eric Young. I thought that was a really good match. Kind of going into the show, I was kind of expecting, um, I was expecting Violent by Design to get the win here, because like how they kind of been imploding a little bit. I mean, we saw a lot of the tag team maneuvers, like what the Motor City Machine Guns that they used to do and stuff. We saw that a lot with Chris Sabin and Kushida in this match. It had a lot of tag team maneuvers like the baseball slides. Like they try to go for the skull and bones. Yeah, so we got a lot of nice tag team maneuvers in this match. But it was kind of interesting, with Joe Doring, at the end there, kind of like he brought it, like he was like there for like a distraction and stuff. He brought the flag in and helped Eric Young hit the spike pile driver. No, help Eric Young hit the pile driver. I think it was on Kushida, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was on Kushida. He hit the pile driver on Kushida. So it was nice seeing Violent by Design get on the same page with each other, because I feel like that can be a really dominant team, and Impact, they need to keep some teams having momentum. So yeah, I thought that was a pretty decent match. And then what was the next match we had? Oh yeah, Bandito and Ray Horse. That was a really good match. So that was your AAA attraction match, which I really enjoyed that a lot. Like I said, a lot of lucha things going on in this match, a lot of high flying. The crowd really got into this match also. I like how they were both down like for the count, and the referee he was counting in Spanish. I thought I thought that was cool. And then they both sat up, and then it says I can't remember what Tom Hannafin said on like commentary, but he said something about the Brothers of Destruction. Like they both sound like Undertaker and Kane. So I thought that was very interesting. But no, I mean, like I said, a lot of high flying action in this match. Like definitely, this is one match definitely go check out on this show if you guys haven't watched it. And then the Honor No More Bowl Club. I thought this was just going to be a typical 10-man tag team match with a whole bunch of chaos. I mean, that's basically what it was. We saw like a lot of one spot I really hate that's like really cliched in wrestling, like in multi-man matches. When you see like a whole bunch of guys standing on the outside and then somebody does a dive over and then everybody falls to the ground. Like it's very overdone in professional wrestling these days, especially on the indies. When like, yeah, I see it so much. You see a lot of these spots so much. But no, I mean it was a very good match. I enjoyed it. It was nice to see Bowl Club win. I mean, not Bowl Club. It was nice to see I don't know more win here because I thought they were going to be done. I thought they were going to go back to Ring of Honor. They were going to kind of like you said, like fade to the abyss, like really be like nothing. You know what I mean? Like, which I have a feeling Ring of Honor is going to be coming back eventually. Because Tony Khan says something like on ringofhonor.com. So yeah, Ring of Honor is probably going to be coming back eventually. But yeah, I'm happy I was wrong here because I think Honor No More has something going for them, and yeah, Honor No More has something going for them, and they also get a tag team title shot they get a tag team title shot, Mike Bennett and Matt Taven, so that's gonna be cool. So they're kind of still gonna be feuding with the Bull Club here. So
yeah,
good matchup.
I think that was that's a good little touch they added in there too.
Sammy Callahan and Steve Macklin. That was another good match. Also, I really enjoyed that. I kind of like how the whole night they were trying to start the match. It kind of reminded me of that Extreme Rules match. Back in 2014, no 15, with Luke Harper and Dean Ambrose, where they kind of like went away in the car. Well, I thought it was interesting because like how they went to a different match. Like wait, they just fought into the backstage and stuff. So I thought that was interesting. And then when Moose was getting interviewed, and they spilled into that interview, I thought that was cool. And then like you said, they turned into a no holds bar match. Which I'll tell you what, Steve Macklin, he was gushing blood out a lot during this match. I mean, when he was getting hit on the getting his head hit on the steel steps, that was a real nice spot. And I even like the ending when Sammy Callahan like kind of zip tied Steve Macklin's hand so he couldn't get out of the pile driver. I thought that was cool. But yeah, it was a very violent match. It was very violent, really hardcore.
Okay. The Justin, what's your thoughts on the Knockouts title match? I thought it was pretty darn good.
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I like how they were showing tweets on the screen. We're saying, or like on the show throughout the show, and they were saying, "Oh, Impact has the best women's wrestling division," which I would have to agree with that. I wouldn't argue with that because, like, yeah, I mean, they got Jordan Grace over there, Mia Yim, she's doing some good stuff, and even with the results after this match, seeing Masha Slamovich come out. Seems like she's gonna be, being the next number one contender to Jordan Grace, which I've been liking what not Mia Yim. I've been liking what Masha Slamovich has been doing.
Yeah,
How she's been, on a dominant run, and also Mia Yim, throughout this match. I thought the match was fun. She has a really good aesthetic to her, and I forgot that she was Knockouts champion back in, was it 2017?
I think
2016 or something. I completely forgot that at one point, but I'm like, oh yeah, she was Knockouts champion. I also liked when they were doing the double submissions on each other. That was a really cool spot in the match. Mm-hmm. And then like they were both slapping each other. That was really cool. And also when Jordan Grace, she'd hit the muscle buster, did a little homage to paid a little bit of respect to Paid a little bit of respect to Samoa Joe. I thought that was nice. And even the commentary team go like for the love of Samoa Joe or something like that. And but no, Jordan Grace, she hit the what's her finisher called again? The Grace
Is it the Grace Driver?
the Grace Driver. Yeah, she hit the Grace Driver for the win. And I also like how Mia Yim, she went for her Protect Your Neck, which that was a wasn't that a song by who did that? There was a group that did that song. Man, now I'm gonna be wondering because like oh, there was like a rap group that did that song back in the '90s or something. But yeah, I mean that's basically like kind of like a power driver and stuff, which I feel like a lot of people in Impact they use power drivers, which I mean there's nothing wrong with it, but we see a lot of power drivers a lot in Impact.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, it was cool to see VXT. They won off of a double suplex, like kind of bringing back the simplicity a little bit.
Oh yeah, and then that Bandito, his suplex. I like that, little springboard he does, and then he hits a suplex. I like
Yeah.
that.
For me, the Knockouts Championship match, I thought it was excellent. I mean, of course, I love Mia Yim. I still want to see what they do with Jordan Grace. I don't know. Like, it's not that I don't know if it's just to me that Jordan Grace doesn't get over as like a lovable.
They need to turn her heel.
Yeah, I think so too. Like, I just think I don't know. Maybe it's just her aesthetic. Like, she just looks like she would be like, oh, I'm better than you, blah blah. Like I don't know. I think I'd rather see her as a heel, maybe, as opposed to just like the lovable face, because she did the lovable face thing before, and I just wasn't really impressed. The match though was good. I thought the match was really good. Yeah, I like the little submission spot you were talking about earlier. That was good. Yeah, I mean, I think they did good work in this match. I like both of them. I wonder if they're gonna pull the trigger on Mia Yim, since she already had the title before. But I mean, so is Jordan Grace. So it'll be interesting to see. Because I'm almost curious sometimes too, like, how long does Impact keep feuds going? Because they have specials every other month, and then they have pay-per-views, every other month, like offsetting each other. But kind of interesting. Like, I have to watch Impact a little bit more closely to see, because like sometimes I feel like I end up watching different matches every pay-per-view or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I'm wrong, but definitely good. Interesting to see what they're gonna do with Slumbovich too. Adding her into the fold. It definitely should be interesting. Main events: Impact World Championship, Josh Alexander, Alex Shelley. I mean, what more can you expect? Like you can't expect anything bad from these two guys. It's we talked about it on the preview. Like, it's cool to see like Shelley being in the title picture. Like, the even commentary mentioned it. Like, he hadn't really been there before. Like, not is the moment going to be too big, but at the same time, is the moment going to be too big for Shelley? So definitely good. Definitely a really good match. I truly did. I enjoyed it. I think I really do like Alexander as champion, and I hope whoever takes it off of him is kind of another kind of build, because Alexander was a guy who gradually got built up from the basically from the North, and then the X Division Championship, and now the world title, to just being one of the more legit guys in wrestling right now. So it's kind of cool. Like, it'll be interesting to see who beats him, or if they go with like a big, like, Alexander's, he's a star, like, go with a big like star feud again or something like that, and see, it feels like it's been a while since they've done that. I'm not saying reinvigorate Moose versus Alexander again or something, but like, something like that, like, kind of to showcase, that Alexander's on the same level as these other guys, especially the people just tuning in and might be thinking, who is this guy? But definitely a good main event. Glad Alexander. I mean, I expected Alexander to win, but at the same time, I sat there and wondered, like, maybe they will give, they want to give, like, crept that doubt in there. Maybe he will win the title finally. Maybe this is Alex Shelley's time. Like, this might be the only time he gets it. What's he gonna do to get it? So that was good. Like I mean, I think the storytelling of the match and of the story was good. Honestly, it may have worked a little better with a face and a heel, just because like you can kind of downplay what Alex Shelley's done. You've done a lot, but you ain't been here. And they kind of did like here and there, but when it's a face and a face, there's always that kind of respect in the background too. So it may have been better, kind of face versus heel in this one, but still it was good main event. Love to see it. What was your thoughts on the main event, Justin?
Oh man, this was a really good match. And if you guys are expecting this match to be like a crazy high flying, really high flying barn burning match, that's not really what you guys got here. But it was very solid. I love the story behind this match where you know Alex Shelley, he hasn't won the big one, with all the time he's been in Impact, which they said that the first time that Alex Shelley has won a big major title was back in 2009, Genesis 2009. He won the X Division Championship, which I thought that seems like crazy for all the time he's been in Impact. He had to work so hard to get to like a big title, which is nuts. Um, but no, you see like Alex Shelley, kind of like outsmarting, Josh Alexander a lot during this match, working on Josh Alexander's arm, so he couldn't, try to go for that spike pile driver. So I thought that was nice during the match. Josh Alexander, he's great in the ring. He was doing some great transitions, into like different submissions and like go, transition to the ankle lock. I thought that was nice. And I had some fun go like, hey, maybe they might give it to Alex Shelley because they like to give people some big moments and stuff. They like to soar people. So I thought maybe that they could have done that. But no, that really wasn't the case here. And like, it's crazy what they were saying on commentary. With Josh Alexander went to go watch Alex Shelley at this one show, and then the next day he started like training. He started wrestling, which I thought that was interesting. And so the Idol won a championship before Alex Shelley, which is I think that's an interesting story. So who knows? Maybe
Yeah.
they might continue this because I wouldn't mind seeing this continue like into like Bound for Glory or
Mm-hmm.
something like that because I think that could be a pretty big marquee match. Or maybe heck, maybe they do the option C. You have Josh Alexander and Mike Bailey. He cashes in
Yeah.
that option C to do something like that because we're just a couple months away, which seems crazy. We're a couple months away from Bound for Glory. The biggest
Mm-hmm.
Impact Wrestling pay-per-view of the year. So
Mm-hmm.
I just wonder what their kind of direction they're going with. But no, this was a very solid match. Both guys had so much respect for each other. But,
Yeah.
good
Yeah,
match.
I think so too. Definitely a good. It's like a good like cap on how to end the show. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I thought it was excellent. I'm excited for Josh Alexander. I want to see what he does. I kind of want to see him work as a heel again.
Mhm.
I know he's like the lovable guy right now, right? He's like the guy everybody loves because he's he had the thing with the not deportation thing, but something like that. Like
It
they
was
had
like a
that thing.
visa. Yeah.
Yeah, like he had the visa thing, and he overcame that, and overcame Moose like screwing, pretty much screwing him over at the end of the pay per view in front of his family. So he's like the lovable guy, but I think he works well as a heel too. But um, if nothing else is to be said, and as always, hope you guys enjoyed the show. Be sure to give us a like, give us a subscribe, or wherever you are. You might be on Facebook, might be on YouTube. You never know. And you can watch us YouTube. You can watch us on Facebook from time to time too. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, and all those things. But as always, we'll see you guys on the next one. Appreciate Justin for coming by. Appreciate me for coming by. I don't know. But
I
anyway,
appreciate myself for coming by.
but until next time, we'll